Good morning again, friends. It's good evening, actually. I'm recording this the evening of 25th to play it for you on the morning of the 24th. You know, it will be 3 weeks this Sunday that we haven't got together, and almost a month since we've seen a lot of folks. A lot of different feelings that go through our hearts as congregations and family members. I found myself moved partly by an inspiration of another pastor who I saw really with the courage to mention the things that he was feeling as raw as he was feeling them. And I just find myself in this empty sanctuary. I mean, it's empty. There's no one in this building. There's hardly been anyone at all. I mean, we're closed now officially, but we haven't been open for a number of weeks. And I miss everyone. I miss us getting together to congregationally worship our King. You know, it's empty. I don't mind being in this place when it's empty. I like it in some ways. I spend a lot of time here on my own. I generally work by myself, and there's not a lot of people who come and go from the church during the week, and I actually try to find little sections of time to be sure that I have time here by myself. Most of you know I'm here very early on Sunday mornings. I like to have that quiet time. What Don Whitney, who wrote a book called The Spiritual Disciplines of the Christian Life, Donald S. Whitney, it talks about the discipline of silence and solitude. It's not silent very often when I'm around, but the solitude, just being here early in the mornings, preparing by praying, thinking, and settling, and just getting myself centered, ready to go. One of the things that I do is, I don't know if it's totally unique to me or not. I'm sure someone inspired me to do it at some point, but I tend to walk up and down these rows when they are like now, when they're empty. And I pray for people in particular. I pictured those people who are going to be in these rows. I sometimes know what's happening in their lives, certain issues that are going on. I pray. I pray for you. I ask God to bless your encounter with the Word in worship. There's lots of folks who are involved in our Sunday morning services, of course, but I am not so naive as not to think that the central to Christian worship is the heralding of the gospel, preaching of the Word, and overwhelmingly that task has fallen to me. It's a calling that I appreciate, that I am humbly receptive of from the Lord, but in a couple of days I'm going to record another video that we can worship together with on Sunday morning. It's weird being in this great big room preaching and picturing you folks there, but you know, I'm increasingly struck by the fact of how God has answered the prayers that Pam and I prayed. You know, we're 3 months away from being here for 3 years. I mean, I can't get over that. We feel like we just got here. I'm still finding my way around this massive, wonderful city of ours. I feel like we're still unpacking boxes sometimes at home. Or I've heard of there's 3 brothers of mine who have left their ministry positions since I've come to Toronto. They've come to the GTA area and they're finished already. A couple of the guys aren't in ministry at all, at least vocational Christian ministry. And I was just struck when interacting with a couple of them over the last while. It's like, I just love Downsview Baptist Church and the people who are here. And that is an answer to our prayers, because when we were preparing to come, we asked God, give us a church family and give us a love for them. If they love us back, that'd be wonderful. And you certainly do. But I'm articulating today just an answer to prayer that God really has given us a real affection for you as a church family, and we miss you when we're not here. You know, the Apostle Paul wrote a number of letters that were really, you can hear what Mahaney calls his pastoral pulse. It's just like a heartbeat. As you read these letters, you can almost hear the rhythm of how he just is pulsating with concern and care and love for his people. And the church at Thessalonica is one of those churches. And in his first letter to them, in chapter 2, he's writing back to them, of course, and he says, chapter 2 and verse 8, being so affectionately desirous of you, we were ready to share with you not only the gospel of God, but also our very lives, because you had become so very dear to us. And you have. And please understand that my whole point in saying this is that this is the hand of God at work. You know, in this place where we spend a fair bit of time worshiping the Lord together, it's a bit odd when we're not here together. Love Christians have for one another is a gift of Christ. Don't miss that. Don't miss the opportunity to praise God for that today. I'm doing that for you. We love you, Downsview Baptist Church. Pam and I really love you. And you have cared for us deeply. You have loved us. But we are together the recipients of the amazing grace of our King. He doesn't have to do this, but he does it. And he does it to his glory. And he is made much of when his people show that they are his because they love one another.